Gaffer, last game of the season is upon us here at Priestfield. We welcome your former club, Shrewsbury Town, to ME7. How determined are you and the group to sign off with maximum points?
Really determined. We want to win this. You know, I want to send the fans home who've followed us all season and come here all season with some positivity. And it's been a challenging season without a shadow of a doubt. You know, people know that. Everyone knows that for one reason or another. And what we've gone through has been really tough. And it hasn't been good enough. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and try and say that that's good enough. That it hasn't been good enough. But we give our best, and that's what we, you know, we're here to do. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say it's been a poor season. But we can definitely sign off with a positive note, and hopefully next season will be a lot more positive than this one.
I gather there'll be a good crowd on Saturday. Shrewsbury are bringing, I think, 4 or 5, maybe even 600. It's your former club. Has that had a touch of spice?
No, they're good fans. You know, they've travelled well. They've had a resurgence of form, you know, since the new manager came in, and obviously they were stuck in some dodgy form at the start of the season. But yeah, they've finished well, so we know we'll have a tough game. Yeah, the fans coming down, you know, they're a great bunch. When I was there, they got right behind us, and obviously coming down to support their team, you know, which is the last day of the season, which is brilliant. You know, it's very similar to us taking a lot to Barnet last week. You know, these last away games always seem to attract a good travel. You know, and that's great. It's great because the atmosphere will be good. I want to sign off with a win, and hopefully we can get that.
One person I'm sure equally determined as you are is Sam Vokes. He's announced his retirement as of Saturday evening. In your programme notes, you've mentioned he's one of the best professionals that you've ever worked with. Talk to us about Vokesy.
Just for somebody to have achieved what he's achieved in the game is a rarity. You know, you think about the millions of people who want to be footballers and the small percentage who make it as footballers, and then to go on and play in the Premier League and score the goals he did and to the international recognition he got, that percentage becomes tiny. Not many people do what Sam Vokes has done in his career, and an absolute legend of the game. You know, I think by some of the posts by the players that he's played against. I don't do social media, but I've been told that there's been some big names saying, you know, had some good battles in the past, and some real big names, you know. So I think Harry Maguire is one of them. So you know, to be in that esteemed company of people who've played at the top level, played for their countries. And not just that, the person that he is. What an unbelievable guy. And if anyone wants to play for anything on Saturday, play for Sam Vokes and recognise the career he's had and the way he's conducted himself since he come to this club is exemplary, you know. And you know, it's a real credit to have coached him in his final years and 20-goal season. I remember when we got to Wembley against Sunderland in the playoff final. You know, that was a real special time for Sam, and he's had some good moments here. You know, he's obviously turned 35 and wants to call it a day. And you know, he lives down sort of Dorset way. You know, and that's it's a heck of a trek for him. But yeah, to be able to be the manager who sees the last game for Sam Vokes, I'm very proud and privileged. I hope it's a winning game.
Could be quite fitting. I believe his first professional goal was at Priestfield Stadium. Would be nice if his last professional goal was at Priestfield Stadium. We stick him on pens just for that.
He might stick himself on pens. Yeah. He might have to fight Ronan Hell, I think, for that. But he's yeah. These things are thrown up in football, you know, and yeah, for all the troubles we've had this season and all the chaos, you know, we're going to end the season in the same position as whoever finishes 8th in our league. And next season we're both in League 2 and we're on 0 points, you know. So at the end of the day, yeah, we didn't achieve what we wanted to achieve, whatever that might be in everyone's heads. I definitely didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve. I wanted more. But I'm hoping that next season will be better. But let's just strip it all back and go, what a legend Sam Vokes has been in his career, and for him to wear a Gillingham shirt on his last day, I think we should all be proud of that.
Gaffer, appreciate your time. Ben, all yours, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, just in terms of Sam Vokes, you mentioned in the geography there and where he lives. I think a few Gills fans were sort of putting two and two together about him retiring, assistant manager, a vacancy possibly being up. Is he going to make a good coach one day?
Yeah, there's been no reason why Sam won't go into coaching. He knows the game. He sees the game well. I don't think it'll be straight away. I think he's going to sit back and he's in a nice position to assess what he wants to do and then go and do it. But the human being that Sam Vokes is outweighs the footballer that he is, and that says a lot because he's achieved the top. He's been the top footballer, top goal scorer. And he's an even better person. And so, yeah, I want to say thank you to Sam for all his efforts for me. He's been absolutely fantastic. But as everyone's putting two and two together and usually getting five, so the assistant manager job is probably still going to be vacant for a while. But Sam will assess what he wants to do, and whatever he goes into, he will be a success because just the person he is.
Yeah, how positive an influence has he been in your dressing room this season?
Yeah, he's walked in and you know, it's been a tough place. It's been a tough dressing room at times, you know. And I don't want to put it down on anything, but we need to change things. We've got to change a lot, and trying to do it bit by bit, like the characters of Sam Vokes and Gareth obviously coming in, who really experienced players who played at the top level and international football, and I think they found it challenging, but they've also made a huge positive impact, you know. Sam has sat down with players, gone through their games with him. He constantly talks to the defenders during training and saying, look, I've got free there, and, you know, could you think about doing this or something? And he just wants to succeed. He wants everyone to succeed. Yeah, he has been brilliant, and yeah, I can't thank him enough for the effort he's put in for me.
Obviously, the other news of the week was that the Player of the Season awards dinner's being cancelled. Does that kind of reflect the season or reflect the mood at the moment?
Oh, yeah, you'll have to ask different person to me than on the cancellation of that. We're still going to meet the sponsors, and the boys are still going to get together after the game. So yeah, that was something out of the blue to me.
Obviously, there are still going to be awards, and as much as it's been a disappointing campaign, there are still individuals who, you know, in your opinion, deserve to be, you know, recognised. Yeah,
listen, we're a professional club. I've just said in my interview that a small percentile of any population it gets to be a professional footballer. These boys have achieved so much. They really have. Just to be a professional footballer is unbelievable. So to win an award and to be recognised for something, yeah, fair play, you know, and I want them to get their awards. Of course I do, you know. As I say, we haven't achieved what I wanted. I know we haven't achieved what a lot of people wanted, you know. But a lot of people come to support Gillingham because it's their club, and they'll get behind them, and they love the players, and they've all got favourite players, and they just love being a Gills fan. And I believe that, yeah, players should be recognised without a doubt, you know. It's not an easy job being a professional footballer. It's not, I tell you. It's a great job. It's the best job in the world. It's not easy. A manager's not easy either. But, you know, they're brilliant jobs. And to have the fans coming in because they love the club, yeah, I didn't want to finish like this. I want to try and finish with a win and try and give some positivity to it. But, you know, the players deserve their plaudits. You know, whatever they've won, there's the Player of the Season and Goals of the Season and whatever's coming for them. Yeah, get behind them, give them a round of applause. Nobody's gone on that pitch to go, you know what, I'm not going to play well today, I'm going to lose today. Nobody. We've all tried to give our best, and it just hasn't come up, you know, enough this season. And I say, hopefully next season it will.
Yeah, there's been some good goals this season, that's for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's strange that we're looking back on the campaign at such a low ebb, considering this team achieved a historic thing earlier on in the campaign.
Yeah, and it's like a game, isn't it? You always remember the last 10 minutes, you know, you never remember the first 80. And the season, we're always going to remember post Barrow, perhaps, or Crew, around that era, around that time, we got close to the playoffs. We were thinking, right, this could do it, and then all of a sudden we did get a lot of injuries. We did have various things that went against us, but this group of players, 21 games unbeaten, you know, it was probably a little bit bittersweet that. Maybe I would have changed things earlier if we hadn't gone on that run, but I'm so pleased and proud of the boys that went on that run. To have your names in history, great, you know, and the fans all were part of that as well. So, yeah, but we're remembering the last few months when the first few months were so good. But listen, I intend to make all the months good next season, and that's the message. But, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that was a special moment.
Likewise, in terms of yourself, I saw a stat the other day that out of your 50 league games in charge as of last weekend, first 25 you only lost one, and it's 15 of the last 25, obviously. So, you know, it came in and had such a positive start. You're clearly determined to try and recapture that.
Listen, I'll still believe in what I do. I still believe in this team, this ownership, these players. Yeah, it went off like a train. Yeah, obviously I wasn't in for a period after that, and there's been a lot of changes at the clubs, a lot of injuries. I'm not going to make excuses here. We haven't been good enough, promise you that. We haven't defended well enough at times. We haven't put the ball in the goal at times. We've tried just to come up short, but there's been some positives, although they do seem quite far longer in the past here. But no, there's been some positives, and I'm hoping the fans will appreciate that.
And in terms of trying to end the season on a high, of course, your former team coming to town, are you extra determined to get the result?
No, I'm not extra determined. I'd love to beat Shrewsbury. It'd be a good end to the season. No matter who's coming to town, I want to beat them. These fans deserve a good send-off, you know. I want to put them right in the mood for the World Cup in England, and I'm sure they'll be watching the rest of the Premier League as well and see how that turns out. But you know, for the World Cup to come up, everyone's going to watch that. There'll be a buzz around it, a place. There'll be different faces in this place next season, you know. You know, talks have gone on behind the scenes on contracts. You know, out of respect, we will not be releasing anything till after the game on Saturday. But yeah, there's going to be changes, and that's known now inside the four walls of the football club. But yeah, I want to win. So Shrewsbury or anyone, just want to give these fans some hope for the summer, for England. I'm a big England fan. I want them to do well, and for next season.
And has there been some tough decisions in terms of those contracts?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always tough, you know, and it's never a nice day when you speak to everyone and you discuss everyone's contract situation and where they are and where they're going to be. But yeah, the decision always lies with the manager, and I want to try and freshen up a little bit and make sure there's a good impetus next year when we start the season.
Because you said that you, perhaps in hindsight, wish you'd made more changes last summer, but, you know, the time has come, hasn't it?
Do you know what? I don't actually wish I'd made more changes because we broke the record, and that's a really proud moment for me, you know. So, no, I don't wish I made. It probably stopped the changes happening because these boys have gone through a brick wall for me, you know. They have. Some of them now will be thinking, oh, you know, where am I going next? And some will be going, right, next season I go again. But they run through a brick wall for me, these boys. They all have, and I'll back every one of them. They have. Like I say, I've always asked for the best, and I believe, unless they've been very clever and not give me 100%, I believe that everyone's given me 100%, and that record is something to be proud of. People will go, oh, stop talking about the past. All right, it's gone. Let's talk about the future. Next season will be a different animal, and I'm hoping to have some success here.
And you're anticipating being the pantomime villain for the away fans at the weekend?
You can do whatever. I'm the pantomime villain for our away fans at the moment. It's tough. I'm only joking. No, they're good fans. They do get behind us, and there's so many that supporters. You know, there is so many supporters who get behind us, and yeah, listen, it's football. It is what it is. You know, for me to be closer to my family and down, you know, with a club like Gillingham as well. You know, Shrewsbury was fantastic. Enjoyed it. They got behind me, loved it. But the chance to come back down closer to home was a big decision for me, and hopefully they'll respect that. But they'll probably give me some abuse.
Football, as you say.
Thank you.
Are you pleased that at least Shrewsbury are safe? So,
Yeah.
you do get the win that you want, and you're not going to send them down.
No, listen, there's no chance that club were going down. They're a big club. They're a really well-run club, and the chairman, Roland Wycherley, we remain friends, and got a lot of respect for him, we shook hands up there when we had the 3-3 draw, and that was great. Got some stick there as well. But it's football, like you say. It's not, and they're good fans. I properly jumped in, and they, after the QPR sort of sacking and everything, they got me back into football, and I can be forever thankful for that. But it was tough. I don't know if you've ever been to Shrewsbury, but it's a long way away from most places, and it was certainly a long way away from my family. But no, I'm happy where I am, and like I say, it's now all Gillingham, and I want it to be all Gillingham from Saturday's 3 p.m. kick-off, definitely to the start of next season, going, right, what can we do to improve this club?
And from the way Shrewsbury are ending the season and your ambitions for this club next season, and hopefully this fixture next season will be a lot more on it.
Yeah, I believe that both clubs will be a lot stronger next season, I really do. And that's for, the size of both clubs in this league. I think we two decent-sized clubs in the league, and expect us to both be stronger next season. So I think both clubs would say they would hope to finish higher in the league than they have. And obviously it could go either way on the positions on Saturday. But what's important to me is, the talks I've had in the week with the boys. The Sam Vokes retirement game, that's really important to me. Yeah. But on top of that, I want everyone to go, you know what, I'm playing in this last game, bit of pride, Gills fans, hopefully it'll be busy, nice sunny day, want to get the win. Will
your selection have anything to do with the talks that you've had in the week, i.e. players coming or going? Will you sort of pretty much be playing the team players that are staying? I want to play a team that's going to win the game, I believe, and so, whether there's players in there or out there who've had talks with me about going or staying, I'll guess everyone will find out after the game, probably Sunday. But I respect to everyone. We'll keep all that information behind closed doors and within the walls, because I've got a lot of respect for the boys, and like I've always said, I've got their backs, so I'm not about to change in the last week of the season. And you've had conversations with all of the players now, have you? They all know where they're going to be. Yeah, everyone knows what's happening next season, and upstairs, we're trying our best now with Richard Dobson heading, helping out and heading up the recruitment side of things, as he knows what players I love and what players I like, and so that's changes early already. I really believe that we're going to be stronger next season. I hope we are going to be, because I know the consequences if we're not, and it's football. But no, we definitely got to be better than we were this year. You envisage that you'll put out maybe the retain list as early as Sunday, would you? Yeah, I don't think there's any I want to give chance to the players the players that aren't going to be renewed. Give them a chance to let the world know that they're available, because there's some good players, and I'm sure most of them will get clubs. Yeah, 100%. And I genuinely mean this as a manager. I hope they'll go and smash it, and I love seeing. It's crazy because everyone will go, oh, you released him and he's done really well. Great, because sometimes it needs that. I was released twice, and it probably puts things in your head that. Try other things, do this better, and eventually I found my way. It's tough. It really is tough, but no, it's something that's not nice. But all the players have been very respectful, and I'm hoping they know that I've been respectful too to them. And after the game, you can complete focus on the rebuild. Then I suppose you're looking forward to that. Yeah, well, before the game, we've been focusing now on the rebuild for quite a few weeks. Since we knew that playoffs were probably not achievable, and relegation wasn't a risk, so we've been planning behind the scenes, but it's really difficult because players are still playing for games and playoffs are coming, and then you get all the agents saying, yep, he'll come to you, but and he's had a few more offers, and it is that game now in the summer that everyone plays, and it's not as straightforward as it used to be, so
we're in it. We've been doing it. We've been talking to players. There's names aplenty being chucked at us, and we're watching. We hope to get the best players possible for Gillingham next season, but there's a lot of factors involved in that as well. So we'll work hard on that.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
I waited all season to ask you this because they always jump in before me. What's the squad looking like for Saturday?
I haven't been asked that, have I, yet? Everything else but that. The squad's looking okay. We're okay, you know. We've probably got a couple still out. Shadrach, you know, his season was ended, and but you likes of Seb Pomhold and Sam Gale, you know, back involved again, which would be great. So yeah, got some bodies back. There's a couple of touch and go, like fitness tests. But yeah, we had a couple of, you know, I think Cameron's out till next season as well, and Ewan Williams, you know, unfortunately, just, you know, they're all slowly coming back, but just not right for the start now. But yeah, the big ones I think last week were losing Seb and Gailey the day before the game was a real tough blow for me at Barnet. You know, I think they're key players for us, and hopefully both involved back in the squad on Saturday.
Apart from the start of the season, have you been able to enjoy any of it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I enjoy every day. Honestly, I enjoy every day. We are in a bubble, right? We are so in a bubble. The football is brilliant. It's the most amazing thing. But I've got friends, normal, who aren't footballers, normal people, and if you can't enjoy this, wow, there's something wrong with you, because real life out there is tough. You know, there is some real, you know, cost of living and people with problems, with serious problems, illnesses, things like that. These are all real life that, you know, you've got to put things in perspective. I enjoy every single day. You know, I smile inside sometimes when you don't see it on the outside, and yeah, even very understanding, and you know, I can empathise with the fans when they're giving us stick. I'm like, yeah, I know, I can feel what you're saying. But I enjoy it. I'm like, right, we'll go again. It's my job to go again, and inspiring these boys and trying to put sessions on that will break down the opposition and things like that. It's a great job. Yeah, so I've enjoyed every minute of it. I enjoyed Sullivan Booth's goal last week like you wouldn't believe. You know, little moments like that. Bradley Dack's first goal last season and his return with MK Dons, things like that. These are precious moments, you know, from football that not a lot of people get to feel. But I got to feel that, and I got to feel Sully last week with his goal and league debut, you know, goal. Not many do that. So, yeah, I can't say I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy getting beat 6-2, of course not. And of course I've got to come and see you lot and say, right, that wasn't good enough. But as long as everyone gives their best, and we can all reflect and look at ourselves and go, right, we can be better, let's get better and work on being better, then you've got to enjoy life. There's too many moments where you don't.
You got to feel for Sully in some respects, haven't you? Because of what happened after his goal took a lot of the shine off it.
Yeah, but do you know what? At the end of the game, we made a point of going over to the fans and taking it and saying, yeah, we weren't good enough. We'll clap you, thank you for coming. And there was a moment where Sully just walked forward and he got just total applause and no boos and no shouting at him. And I thought, you know what, Gills fans, fair play to you, because that boy deserves that, you know. 17, first year apprentice. It's wow. That's stuff dreams are made of. And I'm glad he got that moment, because he's one for the future without a doubt. And we've toyed with ones for the future in the team, you know. I think Harry Waldock as well is coming through, you know, and the odd appearance, Cruz Besant, Louis Dale, you know, Michael Luxton, they've all made these appearances, and I'm hoping the fans go, you know what, we see what Gaffer's doing a little bit here. It's not all about, you know, just annihilating everyone. If we haven't been able to do that this season, so I'm building for the future.
Are there any players you're still not sure about?
No, we're okay now. Yeah, the decisions are made, and yeah, we're ready to carry this on forward now into next season.
Right. Last two questions, I promise. Is it Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury?
I said this when I went up there. And the chairman said to me, it depends which side of the river you're born on. So whatever that means, I think it's Shrewsbury because they once had a shrew on their badge, so surely it's got to be Shrewsbury, you know. I have no idea. You'll have to ask the Shrewsbury fans when they come down. But I always said Shrewsbury.
And just one thing from us. Thank you for taking our questions every week. I know it hasn't been easy sometimes.
You've always sat there, so I understand it. Yeah, I understand you've all got jobs to do, and yeah, I would answer any question. Never is a question I want to shy away from. But and to the Gills fans, thanks for your support all season. It's not been easy, and I know it's not been good enough. But I promise I'll do everything in my power to make it better. Thanks a lot. Cheers.